Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. I'm your caster, Noman, with a 4, bringing you Friday night fights over here on the Master League. We got a good one for you. We are shaping up to have quite a matchup here. Ember versus Pheonix, Season 8, Week 3. Pretty excited about this one, folks. Everybody's filing into the lobby, so we don't have a whole lot of time. Let's, excuse me, talk about the picks and bans that we're going to be seeing from these two teams. So, the ban coming out from the Ember side is going to be Quarantine. And the ban coming out from Pheonix is Tanker. So, the Quarantine pick makes a little bit of sense. Pheonix definitely showing their strength in Quarantine in past games. Last season, they've definitely given a lot of teams a run for their money on that map. Ember definitely still strong on it, but maybe not feeling so strong lately. There has been some sort of small roster adjustments that may have caused them to rethink that particular choice. They did opt to go Volk as their choice, Ember being the home team. And the pick for first map is actually going to be, make sure that the map has not changed. Yes, in fact it is. Bazaar. Bazaar is going to be the first map that we're going to go to. Everybody is in the lobby, but I think we have just enough time for a quick look at the match page, take a look at the players on the roster for these two teams. So on the Ember side, you got Hailfire, Rob888, Switch 201, C-Max, Light Shaper, Quokka, Riley, and SliderCon. And on the Pheonix side, you've got Malno, Paz, Raz, Riot Zero, Squigookin, and Sri Lankan. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. This, you can see there by the ranks that both teams are holding. Silver and Diamond are their matchup, their division information from last season. So you can sort of see the spread that Ember is working with here, but they're feeling confident, and then they can pick up potentially a win on the Volk side here, rather than maybe making a choice on a strong map. So, I don't know, we're going to see some interesting stuff. I'm looking forward to a lot of really great plays. I hope you guys are. Definitely let me know in the chat what you guys are thinking for this series. What are we going to be seeing here? I mean, I don't really know what to expect. Ember's been running pretty strong here this season. I believe they are on a 3-1 current streak. And I think that Pheonix is doing pretty decent as well. So it should be a good matchup overall. But the players are ready. I'm just confirming to make sure everybody is good to go. And then we'll be diving right into this series. Alright, looks like everybody is ready. Alright. So first map, Bazaar, we do have the Kayat center north objective of Bazaar. Definitely a challenging objective for any team to take. I think that the cap opportunities are so... there's just so much, right? You can do it from upstairs now, which there is some discussion as to whether or not that is going to stay legal. As far as this match goes, it is still legal to capture the objective while on the upstairs, but that really gives the defense... I mean, this is sort of like if you pick into defense, it's kind of the worst one to get as your first defensive positioning, because it can be so challenging once you get down to the later minutes of the match to try to keep members of the offense out of that building, out of the upstairs, out of the front, out of the courtyard in the north. It's not an easy one, and I'm really excited to see what Ember does here. I have a feeling that whoever sets the pace in these first couple of rounds is going to be the winner of this match. So we will see if anybody is going to prove me wrong. I mean, we all know how our casters love to not quite get it right sometimes, but you know what? I think that's a good thing. I think us not being able to call every match every time is probably for the best. It means there's still new and exciting strategies being brought out by the players. I think that when it gets stale like that is when you can have some real trouble in the league, when the meta becomes stale, when, you know, objectives become too easy to attack or defend. So I'm pretty excited about this one. Should be starting here pretty soon. I do want to take this time to thank everybody for tuning in. I do appreciate you hanging out with me for Friday Night Fights. And I want to thank our sponsors off the bat, VR Cover and ProTube VR, for all those sweet prizes we get for the championships, as well as all the rest of the support you guys provide. We do appreciate it. Lots of exciting Onward happening this weekend as well. I think Sunday we've got like 4 matches being cast, maybe even 5. All over. We've got a couple of EU matchups. We got a couple of NA matchups. There's no short amount of Onward coming to you this weekend. I'm pretty excited for it myself. I will be bringing some of that action to you along with some of my other co-casters here in the VRML. But for the time being, it looks like the teams are ready to go. We are ready to get into round 1, map 1, here on Ember versus Pheonix. So let's see what kind of defense Ember opts to go for. Pheonix is going to be getting that southwest spawn. They're going to opt across quickly and early. A shield coming out from Sri Lankan. Not super surprising. We'll see how effective it is. It's going to be Quokka going to be dealing with them, but Hailfire's going to find Mano really quickly on a nice little peek from the northwest courtyard. Switch does have to heal up a little bit there. Yeah, that revive notification is when you heal yourself with the syringe, so hopefully we'll get that corrected in a future update, but Sri Lankan with the shield. Looking to get into a good position here in the north, but Switch finds the second member of Pheonix so far, and in just 45 seconds, Ember looking real strong on this defense, holding these tight angles and able to really get the drop on a couple of these guys, but not quite over yet as Zero Fs finds Hailfire crossing the north street looking for Sri Lankan, and Quokka is going to be the one that cleans up the north. And now Ember's in a 4v2. So Pheonix is going to have to regroup here and find a different way to approach this. I mean, the north would have been the ideal method, but that is lost to them now as Quokka and Switch sort of lock down this west side. The only 2 remaining members of Pheonix. Now a little bit disparate. I'm not hearing a ton of communication from Zero F's side, obviously. But we'll see if Raz has any more luck. I believe Raz is a new pickup from the Pheonix side, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see how he performs here. He should be a relatively recent pickup. And for some reason my R for first person isn't working, but that's all right. We can work around it. All right, hope you guys got your popcorn ready, because there's going to be some action here pretty soon. Ember in a very solid 4v2 here. Zero F's getting real close to Lightshaper's position. Switch has to be careful with part of his bodies are sticking out of the upstairs there, because Zero is definitely trained in towards that OBJ. Luckily, the fountain is working in Switch's favor. He's not able to see around that corner. This defense is pretty solid. Lightshaper should be able to cover any approach directly to the OBJ. Switch being upstairs should allow him to hear any potential flanks. And Raz now might be hearing Slider's footsteps. Yes, he is peeking this corner. Slider does just miss him. I wonder if he will decide to continue peeking. Raz looks over again. They're just missing each other by a hair. Rotation coming back out. Raz now moving out of the way. Slider's going to be in trouble here. Zero F's opting to rotate far northeast. Quokka, though, with the nade. It sounds like Slider was able to make the call out, and a great toss by Quokka there to knock Raz down. He is still revivable, so Zero F's does have the opportunity. A little bit of defensive checking here. Nades going out. Pretty solid overall defense. I mean, they really have picked Pheonix apart here in this first round. Making my my call-outs for the difficulty of the defense of this objective a little silly. It looks like Ember's got it down pat. Zero there communicating with the down teammate, looking for Rez. I wonder if the rest of the defense is hearing Raz's call-outs, though. Slider now in trouble here. Zero should be able to spot him out. I wonder if that is penetrable. Yes, indeed it is. He does find him on the corner, but unfortunately finishes off his own teammate in the process. And now just 60 seconds left. His position is known to the defense. He's going to have to rotate out as a result. He has not yet checked tablet. I don't think he knows that he has taken his member out there. 3 members of Ember remaining. That's a fun one to say. Couple rotations coming out. As long as Light Shaper stays tucked in, he should be able to catch Zero making this rotation in through the center bazaar. This is such a dangerous approach. Generally speaking, when you're solo, the north approach is the simplest to get in there. He did just spot Light Shaper's position. He downs him. The 1v2 shots ring back out towards Switch. Switch does find the kill, and Ember go up 1-0 here in this first round. A great defense there overall by Ember. Really solid picks early on. Quokka finding Sri Lankan with the shield on a rotation. Very key. Looked like Zero F's might have been able to get Raz up, but unfortunately getting that kill means he did have to accidentally confirm his own teammates down and took him out of the running. Now we'll see how Pheonix is able to defend this objective. I'm wondering if we'll see any aggression from their playstyle. Usually, they do tend to bounce between a pretty moderate level of aggression and a little bit of control there. We sort of saw the aggression early, but slowed up as they split up and lost a few folks. Tried to reposition, couldn't really find what they were looking for in terms of the correct approach. And it just goes to show how important that north side push is for an offense dealing with this north center objective. It can be tough to take, but once taken, the defense really has no other option than to sort of constantly pivot and constantly rotate to try to stay within, you know, the parameters of where the offense could possibly be. We will see exactly what Pheonix does because everybody is loading up, dropping in. Round 2's kicking off. We'll see what the defense looks like on the Pheonix side as they try to defend against Ember, starting off strong on the defense themselves. Ember is getting the opposite spawn, so coming in from the east side. Pause rotating to Light Shaper's position, just like last time. You know, now checking this corner, there is going to be quite a few members of the offense approaching this way. They've got to be careful. Mano has got a very small sight line. Apologies. Very small sight line towards where Slider and Switch are, so if they stay this low, they can cross without really alerting the defense as to their positions. And so far, It does sound... I mean, based on the fact that there are no bullets, it sounds like the defense still unaware of Ember's approach. One heading out far west. Who's that over there? There's Quokka over there on the flank, running a little bit of a smoke screen route. This could be actually really good if the 4 members of Ember here take their time, make a little bit of noise, force some rotations out from the defense. Quokka could slip in unnoticed. Hailfire and Lightshaper now moving up to this east blue room. Gonna be Mano's first challenge. Sorry, Malno's first challenge. Trying to deal with these two on their approach. So far, Ember staying low and slow. Being as thorough as possible. Will Hailfire be able to spot him? It's such a tough angle. I actually don't think he's exposed there. No, he's on the outside corner of the building there, right below the stairs, so he's really gonna have to move for Hailfire to be able to spot him, but otherwise there's really nobody else watching this approach, nobody coming from the north. He's now heading up the stairs to check the west. Northeast is finally set up. Quokka, I mean, really none of these guys are gonna get any sort of resistance until they get within striking distance of the OBJ, which means their coordination needs to be on point be able to attack this objective effectively. There's so much refrag opportunity from Pheonix's defense here. If you take a look at the setup, they sort of have everybody in a field of view. Mano, the only one kind of floating. Now Hailfire slowly making his approach here. I mean, it has been 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes plus without any gunfire whatsoever. Ember really taking their time to get set up in these positions. When Hailfire needs to continue staying patient, he's making some noise here. You know, should be hearing this. Here comes the first pick. Hailfire finds Malno on the corner. Just like that, the defense is down to 4. Now they're setting up on this northeast side, switch and slider. Taking their time, clearing all the right corners. They're going to have to deal with Sri Lankan's peaks here up in the north. He's holding a pretty... Is that a... I'm not actually sure which angle he's holding. I wonder if he's watching... He must be let's take a look at what he's watching. What's he watching here? Oh, he's watching through the windows, and he's watching the north. Can he find a pick here on the north? I mean, his position, like we were talking about earlier, is so crucial. Having somebody upstairs, especially when you still have quite a few defenders up, is such a good idea because the approach to the objective is... It's so difficult to defend once you get somebody upstairs. Hailfire making his approach into the objective building. He is not going to have an easy time. Sri Lankan finds Slider on the far north wall. Now, the defense should be alerted to this positioning. Hailfire going to be looking for Paz. He does find him. Rushes the stairs. Zero misses the shots on him. Hailfire backs up, grabs a kill, and Sri Lankan with the quick refrag puts Pheonix into a 2v3 with 1 res available. Switch now, rush in the corner, finds Sri Lankan. He's got Pat out. Paz is making the call-outs. Raz has to rotate in to stop this cap. The cap is coming out. Quokka finds the kill, however. Ember not going to get the cap this time, but they will find 2 rounds in a row. Pheonix now going to have to battle back on the next objective. A great series there by Ember on that objective. Really slow, methodical play, but they cleared every corner. They got to where they needed to, and they were set up in the proper positions for refrags. A great play by Hailfire there to clear that east side of the Kayat building. Had they just not downed Paz, that might have been a cap. If he was completely down and out, that definitely could have been a cap opportunity from Ember, but with the callouts, he is able to save his team 1 point as Ember, as Ember goes up 2-0 on map 1. you are just joining us, welcome. It is Season 8, Week 3, Ember versus Pheonix. Bans were Quarantine on the Ember side and Tanker on the Pheonix side. Ember opting to go Volk rather than choosing first map, so this is Pheonix's map pick, which means they're going to really have to work hard to dig themselves out of this 2-0 situation that they're currently in. Ember back on defense now, looking to defend the mini market objective, or west market, whatever your call out of choice may be.
Okay, I got 3 sides. Stay stupid quiet. Do not talk. Do not talk. Don't breathe. Try not to die, but don't breathe.
It looks like Ember's going to be tucked in, holding tight angles here. Hailfire, the captain, giving out some orders to not even breathe. Don't die and don't breathe. Those don't really go well together. A quick rush from Quokka into Kayat's going to find him in trouble quickly. Shots ring out on center street. Quokka does make the upstairs, no issues. He's at least going to be aware of the rotations of the offense here. Such a spicy position to be up here. I mean, he's got the opportunity to get at least 1 or 2 picks, but potentially more. Paz seemingly aware of his position. Now that grenade sound is definitely going to alert him to the positioning. Grenade comes out, but no one from Pheonix there to catch it. Had it been on the north street, Lincoln and Raz could have been in trouble. Quokka now finding fire from 0F. He's tucked into the corner, and Quokka's getting rushed. He does find Paz on the upstairs rush. 0F's distraction not quite good enough. And the flash, the bungled flash, could cause a bit of a problem here if Malno just rushes this upstairs. Oh, he's actually not on the inside there. Quokka just narrowly avoiding some more shots, and really the defense is happening all here in the Kayat building. This has to resolve itself before Pheonix can move on. Call-outs coming out. Lincoln rushing in. Yes, Quokka finds another. Pheonix really looking a little disjointed here. I mean, I think it's just been bad luck so far. They're not quite out of the series yet. A strong team, a veteran team. But so far, they just haven't found that sort of click. And Quokka finding too early has given Ember a good advantage. He's really keeping the offense tied up here. 2 minutes, and they haven't left the Kayat objective. 0F's now looking for Quokka to make that rotation in front of the window. The shot, I wonder if that was a bait shot or not, but Mayno is on this corner looking for Quokka. Does find him in the end. And now Pheonix able to start making their approach from the north as intended. Call-out's coming from Raz. I believe that was SliderCon's rotation from the northwest. Three minutes. What is Malno, 0, and Raz going to do about this situation they're in now? A 4v3, not insurmountable, but they've got to get lucky in their choices for where they're going to try to find these picks. I mean, the defense is set up. You take a look at the overhead map. Pretty standard, a little weak on the east side. So they really only got, I mean, really kind of one guy watching it, right? I think Switch is the best position for this. So if he gets downed, it's going to be up to Lightshaper and Hailfire to sort of rotate out. Lightshaper does spot one out. 0F stuck in the bullets. Shots come out. 0 not going to find him through the window. Looks like a little bit of equipment blocking there. Lightshaper on the corner. The trade comes out, but 0F's is going to be the winner. And just like that, it's tied up 3-3 in the series. Arsock making the approach. Hailfire now alerted there in the south. Should be able to get that pickup on 0F. Slider taking a couple of shots on the approach from Mayno, but Raz coming in quickly for the refrag. Malno catches a bullet. He's making the call out as if he's revivable. Switch does find Raz on the full-on approach. He was hoping to sneak into objective there, but Switch definitely aware. Hailfire finds 0 on the push through the courtyard, and now it's all up to Malno. Minute and 40 left. His bait did not work. Let's take a look through his eyes as he tries to make this approach. And there it is. Hailfire finds the backside of Malno.
Oh my god.
Through that corner, and Ember is gonna pull away quickly. 3-0 here on this first map. This is Pheonix's map pick, so a strong start to the series as they do get to pick. I believe they start on Volk unless Pheonix will pass and choose to start on Volk in the next series. So far, Hailfire leading the pack. 6 kills, Quokka and Switch both with 4 themselves. And a great series so far, folks. Glad you've decided to tune in to Friday night fights here on the Onward VR Master League. We do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Stick around all weekend. There's tons of Onward action coming at you. We are stoked to bring it to you. Now it's going to be Pheonix's turn defending this objective as well, so we'll see if Ember goes for that same relatively slow, methodical push, or if we're going to see any sort of strat difference. I mean, that objective, that Kayat objective in the beginning really felt practiced from Ember. There really did not feel like there was a lot of wiggle room in their approach, and Pheonix just not able to deal with it on the quick refrags. Getting a little bit lucky, not getting capped on, but they are not out of the series yet, folks. It's only round 4. It's only map 1. It can go either way still as Pheonix kicks off round 4. Looking to get themselves on the board in this map. Drop some pings in the chat. What do you think? Think it's going to be a Pheonix comeback here? You guys feeling a Pheonix comeback? Could happen. Ember's offense pushing quickly into Bazaar 2, taking the long south approach. Switch and Slider now. Going to be the ones that Malno and Paz will be dealing with. The defense, again, talking about not being too aggressive. Malno there telling Paz, don't get overly aggressive. Be my backup, but don't be all the way pushed up and get caught out early. Really, that's been the issue so far for Pheonix, is that they have been losing 1 or 2 real early on and then struggling to hold their angles. Hellfire and Zero F's going to be looking for each other here. Such a tough angle to watch. If you look at what Zero F's got to work with there, it's a pretty small window, and Hailfire's window is even smaller on this side. But he should have no problem grabbing this market car. It's just going to be the final push that will matter. Use a little bit of the tablet trick, see if he can goad out some enemy shots. No one's going to take that bait as the rest of the offense makes their approach into the northeast courtyard. You see some of that equipment utilization. Nades coming out from Hailfire do not land. Are relatively close. Paz now vision obstructed. Gonna have a hard time. If he just turns around, he'll be able to catch Quokka and Switch as they make this cross. And they're gonna need it. SliderCon finds Paz on the inside. Zero F's now alerted to that positioning. Will find Hailfire as he makes that push across the street. Almost made the blue room, but not quite fast enough. Zero F's tossing a little nade out. Will it be far enough? No. Light Shaper saved yet again by good positioning. SliderCon just avoiding that C4, making some death noises. Not super convincing. Ano and Switch on the corners next to each other, and the shots ring out. Do trade, although Maybe I'm experiencing a little bit of network lag. That looked a little strange on my screen. But now he is just going to be giving callouts. That res is far too dangerous for anyone to try to go for. 0Fs on the objective. Looking to suppress this push from the west. Or from the east, apologies. 0Fs does find Slider on Mano's callouts. Now it's just Light Shaper and Quokka looking to make their approach on the objective 2v3. Pheonix looking real good here to put themselves on the board here in their map choice. It's gonna have to deal with Raz here. This is the key position, a pretty common spot as well. So it should not be too difficult to check. If Sri Lankan's peeking at the same time, though, they may be a little bit tougher to pick off. I think a rotation here to the north may not be the worst idea, but with 2 minutes left, there's not a whole lot of real estate for them to work with. A little bit of Mano whistling there. Light Shaper needs to start moving up. There it is. Crossing to the objective. They gotta not be tempted into trying to res Pheonix here. 0Fs. Gets caught out on the corner. Looking to get that res. Quokka now rotating out. Raz and Sri Lankan aware of that positioning, but Quokka does decide to rotate out. And now the approach from the south would be 100% the way to go. Neither member of Pheonix opting to rotate back to the objective. They're holding these angles. And there we go, Sri Lankan finally realizing nobody's on the OBJ as the confirm comes out. Quokka will have to deal with Raz here if he wants to make this street cross. But this is the situation in which the defense now has to get a little jumpy. They have to be rotating around every 60 seconds. Raz finds Quokka on the corner. Will we hear those shots? Light Shaper making the callouts, but no one left to receive them. 60 seconds on the clock. Can he find
He was right side
2 kills? Gotta check that tablet. There it is. Oh, I want to pick that up. There you go. 42 seconds left. Light Shaper needs to find his way across. I mean, the south approach would have been so good. They'd have just set up there a little bit early. There's the 30 seconds. He did get the beep on his watch. And Raz is going to find the kill on Light Shaper. Securing a round for Pheonix here in this first map as they look to stay alive on Bazaar versus Ember. 3-0, now a 3-1. Do appreciate you guys all giving your support in the channel. For myself and for these wonderful teams. Just happy to be able to bring you this action on a regular basis. Shaping up to be a real good series so far. Pheonix now starting to find its stride a little bit. Able to take one away from Ember, but the defense is going to shift to the Northeast Hotel objective, and we'll see if they can keep the momentum out of Pheonix's hands. They don't want to give it up here and let Pheonix take it into map 2. They want to hold strong, jump into map 2, which will likely be Pheonix's map choice. I would imagine they would pick maps, not side, but Ember may force their hand here if they do take this first series on defense. And now round 5 is kicking off. We're ready to go. Ember looking to close out map 1. 4-1. Pheonix looking to stay alive after picking up their first defensive round of the series. Pheonix does not get the quick spawn. He'll opt to... Oh, that fountain has a larger hitbox than I would have thought it would. So Pheonix opting to... It's an interesting position there by Zero F, hanging out in the middle of the street. He's going to look for Hailfire, but Switch will be the one that finds the refrag. A little bit
I'm down.
too bold, but he should be resable pretty easily here.
Right now, just stay low.
Sri Lankan and Paz making their slightly quicker approach here, but if they're not careful, they're going to run into quite a few members of the defense. Sri Lankan going to avoid that grenade pretty easily with the shield. Hailfire will spot him out.
He's here in the alley. Somebody's got to light up this alley for me.
Shots do ring out. Sri Lankan pulls the knife, but not going to opt for the kill just yet as he goes into blue room there. Mano looking for somebody across the way here, taking quite a few shots from Switch and Quokka. This defense set up quite well on the east side of Bazaar, not giving Pheonix a whole lot of room to work with. Let's take a look at the 10,000-foot view. Smoke coming out. We're now rotating quite a bit on the inside of this OBJ. Sri Lankan rushes the inside, finds the knife kill on Switch. And it's a quick pick. Pause now on the inside. There's a little bit of rotation coming out. Hailfire not going to chase him down. Quokka going to get that kill, but Zero F's with the quick refrag is going to put Pheonix back up for 3. Rest of Ember's defense not quite in rotation position yet. Quokka should be hearing these footsteps. He's going to have to challenge the shield. Can he find him through the corner? He does. Lightshaper finds Malno as he pushes through. Zero F's on the quick refrag. Quokka pops the corner and gets him. And now it's a 2v1. Raz, the only member of Pheonix remaining, going to have to pull something out of his hat to hold map 1. Slider and Quokka both crash to objective. The correct play to make in this situation. Raz needs to be patient here. And there it is. Raz puts out a few shots, gets a few sent his way, has to reposition. Ember's defense there holding strong. A great series of pickups and refrags there, staying tight and picking Pheonix apart as they rush these corners. Raz now rotating out completely as the defense a little too stacked for him to make the approach directly through the courtyard, so we'll likely be seeing him make a rotation out to the east here. We'll see what he opts to do as we jump into the first person. If you can find one pick, they're not quite out of this series yet. He's looking for the shots. He does find Slider on the inside. It is just a down, so the callouts will be coming out.
Are you freaking serious?
Oh, and he is out of syringes. So unfortunately, he's not able to sprint. The res does come out from the defense. Yeah, not looking very good for Pheonix as Raz feeling the pain of the lack of syringe. Got a minute and 45, but just to be able to walk to the objective is going to take roughly 40 seconds. It's going to be a tough hill to climb down from, or climb up to, I suppose. He's going to start making the approach. I mean, he has no options. He can't really crawl. He doesn't have the time. He's likely going to bleed out before the game timer even ends. So he's got to make the most direct approach to the objective that he can. I believe it was Raz who did get that res early on, which is why he does not have his syringe now as he makes this approach to the objective. If he can find the kill on the corner, he's not necessarily out of it yet, but the defense spotting him out. Quokka is going to find the trade. Ember will lock in map 1, 4-1 here on this series. Quokka, 10 kills on the series, 6 for Hailfire. 0 Fs holding down the Pheonix side with 7. Shri and Raz both grabbing 3 for themselves as well. So a good first map so far. Taking a look at the scores. We are in 4-1 territory. Ember leading the series for now. We'll see what map 2 is going to be. Throw your predictions in the chat, folks. Let me know what you think it's going to be. I'm personally just sad it's not going to be Q1. Definitely my personal favorite map, but that is all right. We'll find another one. I'm sure the boys are going to make it interesting for us here on Friday Night Fights. Take a look at the bans and picks again. So it is bizarre for map 1, but the bans were Quarantine and Tanker, respectively. Ember banning Quarantine and Pheonix banning Tanker. The map has been decided, folks. It's going to be another fast-paced series of action as Suburbia will be the map 2 that we will load into. I'm interested to see whose choice this was. It kind of feels like a Pheonix choice, if I'm not mistaken. Pheonix definitely tends to prefer Suburbia as a map choice regularly, and indeed it is looking like that as Pheonix is starting off on offense. First objective is going to be South Garage, all the way in the south. Some really interesting objectives we're getting here today. The South Garage one, I like to see this one as a closer for maps. This is sort of one of those, you know, as far recessed as possible, requires you to capture more of the Suburbia map than you normally would for any of the other objectives on the map. And I think, I don't know, between this one and the Center House one, I think these are the most fun to watch teams try to attack and defend. So we are going to follow the offense as they make their approach for each of these series. The defense setup is usually pretty static and straightforward, and we'll see what kind of equipment usage we're going to see from these teams. I always love seeing the C4s and the grenade utilization and smoke tosses and just really interesting plays. I'm hoping we're going to see some of that coming out from Pheonix as they look to try to at least take map 2 here. Maybe take us down to a map 3 decider. That'd be a fantastic ending to my Friday night. I don't know about you folks, but I'm definitely hyped for this series. We do have everybody in the lobby and readied up, so we should be kicking it off here pretty soon. Do want to take this short moment to again thank everybody for tuning in to the VR Master League this fine Friday evening or Saturday morning. I don't know how time zones work. Depends on where you are, but I'm glad you're here. If you're watching this later and you're in your car, if you're doing laundry or something, you know what? Keep it up. You're doing great. Just like these two teams are doing great and bringing us some really great action. We won't have to wait too much longer as the team's now finally loading in. Gameplay is about to begin as round 1, map 2 kicks off here on Master League 1, Ember versus Pheonix in the Season 8 Week 3 matchup.
Okay. We're going straight to
I'll try to keep an eye on that window.
Well, Ember opting to rotate largely to the west, keeping their defenders inside the house of the spawn. Watching the right, Raz is going to quickly find Hailfire in lane 1. He made a quick lane 1 rush there that I didn't notice. Sri Lankan finds a quick pick onto Slider. as he rushes up these stairs. I wonder if the rest of the defense is aware of this positioning. He grabs the flash. He's gonna use it to pop this corner. Pheonix looking real good on this initial start. He's backing up into Quokka here, and unfortunately not gonna be able to spot him out. Does get picked off. Now Raz and Mano both aware. This positioning, oh man, a grenade here would be so fantastic, and looks like he might do it a little too far, though. Not quite on the angle he needs, but is the second one gonna be good? Yes, Mano has to rush out, but Quokka's nade is gonna find him on the corner anyway. And just like that, Pheonix down to 3. The res should be coming out here, a relatively safe position.
He's one behind the garage.
Light Shaper's position also called out in the backside, but they are going to have to clear Quokka before they're able to push up entirely. Another nade coming out just non-stop from Quokka there. Malno able to avoid that one, however. Now he is inside the house, looking for that pick across the way. Zero F's is going to be zeroing in on Switch's potential hiding spot here. It's going to be whoever wins the War of the Peaks, as Zero F's looks to try to grab. Oh, he does spot him out there, it looks like. The rotation coming down to downstairs. Switch now rotating back up and downstairs. No call-outs yet from Zero F's. Switch finds Raz on his lane 2 approach. And now it is a 3v3 all tied up. Ooh, I was inside the textures there. Now this is dangerous. Malno, Paz, and Zero all set up to make this push. Zero finds Switch in the upstairs. It's just 2 members of the defense remaining, but they've got to clear the upstairs of this house here. I wonder if Paz is going to be the one. All-outs from Quokka do come out onto the defense. Oh, and a flash. A little bit early there. No one making their approach. The offense still battling for this house. Quokka looking for any member of the offense to push those stairs. Pause now upstairs. Is tucked in, finds a bullet, does find Malno, but there is still another one. Paz still looking for him. Quokka back with the refrags, but he's not going to grab it. Now Paz and Zero F's. The last 2 remaining versus Light Shaper here on the OBJ. Zero F's, does he have? Oh, he's still got his gun out. No, there comes the tablet. He's going to be looking for the cap. Light Shaper catches a bullet. But is he going to be ready for Zero F's position here? It might be a cap early in round 2. And I believe it is. He's not going to find the time to rotate. Zero F's punching in the code on the outside of the garage is going to put Pheonix up 2 points early in this series. A great final push there by Zero F's, and Paz. Very nice coordination, keeping Light Shaper pinned in the back of the garage. Allows Zero to walk up, grab the cap on the outside, and Pheonix now leading map 2 2-0. We'll see what Ember is able to put together, as they now will be going on to the offensive versus Pheonix here. They will be getting that same objective, as this is going to be just the second round of map 2. If you are just tuning in, map 1 is all over, but you're not missing the action just yet, as Pheonix fighting back from a 4-1 loss on Bazaar in map 1. Opening this map up with a cap. Very nice 2v1 play. We'll see if Ember can answer back, or if they'll just grab themselves a win on kills, or if the defense will hold, and Pheonix will start themselves off early on map 2 with a 3-0 themselves, much like Ember did in map 1. Series kicking off round 2, coming at ya like Cleopatra. I hear that's how she comes at you. Is like Cleopatra. Oh, it is a round reset.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is a round reset, folks. Not quite ready yet. Hop into the pre-round. Wait for the teams to ready back up again. It looks like there was a drop on the Pheonix side. So we'll just wait for the teams to ready up and get back into this matchup. Toss you guys quickly over to the scoreboard screen and grab myself a quick sip of water as the team's ready up. Thanks for tuning in. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. This series is just heating up. All right, we do have everybody back in the lobby, so we should be kicking off shortly here. Thank you for hanging out, tuning in, just being buddies, you know? Much appreciated here on Friday Night Fights as Pheonix and Ember square off on map 2 now. And I think we are ready to go now. Ember getting their offense all set up. See what kind of defense Pheonix opt for, if they will take that mid-house. And we'll see if Ember is able to find those quick picks like Pheonix did. That early rush from Sri Lankan. Push from Switch and Quokka in the middle is not going to find too much. The nade coming up and over, and it is gone, ladies and gentlemen, all the way onto the North Street. A little bit too much pepper on that toss. Oh, my camera work right now. Fingers won't listen. A little bit of pre-fire coming out towards 0F's position. I would be surprised if that fence doesn't get peppered with some rounds. A little check nade there from Quokka. Not going to find anybody in the middle as Pheonix stays very tucked in the spawn house. They're opting to keep 4 up in the spawn house. Malno. Ooh, he's gonna find another nade toss just on the corner. Wow, literally 7 inches probably from downing Switch there. 2 unlucky nade throws from him. Gonna give Ember their 5 as they make their final approach here. Zero may have an angle on Hailfire. It is pretty tight to see through those little crevices. The gun coming up. Does he spot Hailfire? Doesn't matter. Hailfire finds res and decides to rotate out, but Zero does spot Light Shaper, sends some rounds that way, and evens things out very quickly into a 4v4. Slider sending some rounds down towards Zero, but he has already rotated. They're gonna have to be careful with Malno still in this center building. Quokka will be the one tasked with trying to clear it. Doesn't look like anyone on the defense has any angles towards Malno's position, but no, pause proves me wrong. Finds the kill on Quokka. Keeps Malno alive just a little bit longer than 8, remember. A little too short to find the backside of the objective there. Smoke's now coming out. 4v3. Zero sending some shots towards Slider. Not going to find those either. As Ember makes their push 3v4. Hellfire finds another. Zero F's taken out on his rotation to the east. Just like that, things are evening out again. They're going to need to take this center house, but Paz so far up 1 kill on people trying to get Malno out of his position. See if he can find 2. That smoke should be helping, but it's not going to be there for long. We'll take Malno's view here as we try to see how this will go. Sri Lankan and Paz both watching.
Yeah, one's in middle house.
Lane 1, 2, and 3. Malno calling out as if he was down. Hoping for folks to rush, and the rush does come out, but the trade is going to be the one that will decide things. Hailfire still revivable. Switch looking for the res. He's going to find it. 3v2 in this final 2.5 minutes. Slider set up in a great position here. Honestly, he could just pretty much walk in. I mean, well, I guess Paz would be the first and only hurdle he'd have. Sri Lankan a little bit too tucked into the house to spot him out early, but if the pick comes out from either of the 2 members of the offense, who are now rotating to lane 3 and 4, they need to find at least 1 kill here to allow Slider to safely push in. Slider may be hearing some of these comms. I don't know exactly how much you can hear from this positioning. Obviously, this APC here making quite a bit of noise. Let's take a look at what this lane 3 and 4 approach is going to be. The C4 goes off a little too early as Sri Lankan looks to maybe down a few of the members of the offense as they push through. He'd have just waited about, I don't know, 15 seconds? Might have been a kill. Smoke's now starting to come out. There's only 75 seconds left. They don't have a lot of time. Slider Khan finds Shri on the inside. It's just a down, so call-ups are going to be coming through. Hailfire now pushing the backside. Paz cleans up Slider, but is he going to be ready for this push on the backside? He is! Hailfire makes the push, not aware of those footsteps as he has Pad out looking for that cap. Now the res might come out. The swing, no, but Paz pushes out instead of getting the res. Switch is going to get the kill, and Ember find themselves, dare I say, a miracle win there on that round. Could have been a 2-1 situation with very little time left, but Paz opting to rotate out to check for the cap. I mean, it really does make sense in terms of the amount of time it takes for you to get off objective. You don't know where that last member is coming from. He made the right choice in just going out and dying. In fact, maybe Sri Lankan was even calling for him to go do that. But I mean, if you've committed to the res at that point, it seems kind of silly to not try to get it. You know, if you're already on top of the body. But the play working out there in Ember's favor as they put a stop to Pheonix's short burst of momentum in map 2. And now Pheonix back on the offense. Gonna have to be dealing with the white car objective in the northwest. Definitely a fun one that lends to some interesting smoke strategies. And no shortage of fantastic grenade tosses that I am excited to bring to you folks at home today. Looks like there was a temporary drop by one of the members of Pheonix there for just a little bit, but he is back in the room, and the round should be starting off here in just a moment. And we will be taking a look at the Pheonix side of the house.
There's another point. Behind you.
As round 3 kicks off.
I got it.
The offense now pushing out, looking for a lane 3 and 4 approach rather than a direct lane 1 and 2. Ember set up for pretty much kind of a flex defense. They've got somebody in every position. Zero and Tree now pushing on lane 4. A little bit of a nade bounce there. Boca rotating out of that position.
I just thought you wanted me to throw the fucking grenade press.
That pin was pulled. I was sticking around there just to make sure. I thought I heard the pin pull, but no pin pull comes out. As lane 4 starts making their push, the smokes are coming through. 4, 5 smokes now hitting lane 4, and they're pretty well set up. A nade coming out to check that fence. Wouldn't have been far enough, but a nice check anyway, and a nade is going to find Sri Lankan in response as Quokka lobs one from lane 3. Gets that down. Another nade coming towards that position. Not going to find him. Quokka now looking to try to get this refrag, and what an opportunity it is! As all of the members of the offense are set up in that lane. Quokka does find Sri Lankan with the fire. Paz quickly going to answer back and get a kill of his own. And now it's a 4v4. Hellfire does spot out Malno in the lane 3 center fences, but Free Fire not going to pay off for him this time as Malno looks to respond. Now Lightshaper has to be vigilant about who's able to cross the street here. He's got his eyes focused on lane 3. Lane 4 sort of has free reign for now. Switch finds Raz as he makes his push through lane 2, but it's unassisted. Zero Fs is going to clean up Hailfire. Just a down as the calls come out, but the confirm comes out. Switch finds Paz. Switch finds Malno, excuse me, and Switch so far has just been on fire. He has found himself, I believe that is 3 picks so far on the round.
I got at least 2 down.
Oh, thank you, Switch. 2. You found 2. So helpful. The defense here looking really strong on OBJ, but Zero F's the last remaining member of the offense. Looks like he is committed to this lane 4 push. I mean, it is possible to try to get across if you prone and stay as low as possible, but Lightshaper here could be his undoing. He's got the 3 minutes to try to make this cross. The question will be, who will spot the cross? Will it be Switch? Will he add a third to his repertoire? Will it be Lightshaper as he peeks this corner? Let's take a little high-level view here as Zero makes this gutsy cross. Even if he does make it across, Light is going to be watching for his position pretty vigilantly. Lightshaper should be spotting him in what, about 20 seconds? 30 seconds? Where is he? There he is. Switch should be able to see him as well from his position if he rotates back to lane 4. No, he's not able to spot him out. Maybe that forest camo working out for us. Looks like Pheonix might still be alive in this series as Lightshaper gives up on that angle. Now Zero is across. Switch is losing his only opportunity to spot him. He does not. Now Zero has a little bit more breathing room, but only 1 minute and 40 seconds to deal with 3 members remaining of this defense. Lightshaper may be hearing those footsteps. It's interesting to go so gung-ho, but With only about 70 seconds left, he doesn't have a lot of options. He's got to find Switch here on this corner before Switch spots him out. Is he going to spot him in those shrubs? He's looking in that direction. Doesn't seem to see him just yet. And there it is, Light Shaper in the tucked-in spot on lane 3 will be the end of Pheonix's push as Ember ties the series up 2-2 in map 2. Paw's doing really well there. 5 kills for him. Switch, on the other hand, 6 for the Ember side. As they even things out here in this second map. Just joining us, Bazaar went 4-1 the way of Ember. Pheonix coming back here on map 2. Grabbed themselves a cap early in round 1. But so far have struggled to put really anything together on offense or defense since then. Now Ember going to be the team attacking this white car objective. We'll see if they can find maybe a cap of their own and close the series out, or if Pheonix will continue to hold. This is their map choice, as Ember opted to start bulk, and Pheonix also picked Bazaar. So far, the pick did not work out for them on Bazaar. We'll see if they're able to put something together here in the final rounds of map 2. Try to stay alive. Oh, you know that sound, ladies and gentlemen. That means teams are readied up. We're ready to go. We are going to find ourselves in the Ember spawn here in round 4. An early strat discussion there by Ember. Looking about staring down lane 1, trying to find himself a pick. He's going to have a hard time. 2 members of the defense staring down this way. So we'll see if he's able to get this to pay off. Paz rotating out, doesn't catch him pushing into that position. The rest of Ember setting up lanes 2 and 3, just holding center house for now. Trying to control any kind of rush. But Pheonix staying tucked in on defense. A little bit tighter than the Ember's defense was. They sort of had floaters on the north and south sides of the objective all across the street. Pheonix opting more for a tighter, what is that, like a parallelogram around the objective. Take a look at the overhead map. A C4 comes out from Malno and is going to down Hailfire. The confirmed grenade comes in. He's going to be out of this series for good. It's a great play there by Malno to get that kill. Now Ember looking to make this push with just 4 members remaining to Pheonix's 5. Switch has a good opportunity to get a pick on Raz. The grenade comes out. It is good, but just a little off the corner. Not able to find the down on pause there. Quokka now getting set up in lane 4, and as I say that, Zero Fs punishes that Lone Wolf push. Ember down to 3 now on this push. Raz is going to find the kill on Switch, and quickly Ember's offense is falling apart. Pheonix looking real strong here on this defensive round. It's going to be a tough approach to make, especially disjointed like this. Slider just looking to see if he can grab a little peek of Zero F's position. He really does have it. He just has to pre-fire it rather than know he is there. Ooh, the shots ring out. Zero was just a duck out during that nade toss. And a good nade it would have been for this particular rotation. Light Shaper trying to find an angle on Raz is going to have a hard time doing it as he stays tucked in behind lane 1. Shots from Malno coming out on lane 3 as preemptive fire comes out, raining down towards Slider's position. He is forced to push all the way back out. Now shots from Raz towards Light Shaper. Ember is pinned. There's 3 minutes, 5 members of Pheonix remaining. It's not looking very, very good for them here. Pheonix definitely looking like the Pheonix of old that controlled Suburbia quite well. One of the best teams on Suburbia, in fact. At least in this caster's opinion. Light Shaper looking for Raz. Raz is going to be the one to spot him out first. It looks like he's not. He's right out in the open. Raz has the shots. There they go. And Slider, the only one left. Ember offense, taking some shots out towards Malno. Not going to land. And he is the last one. 2 minutes left. The chase shot's not going to find anything. He's going to run right into Sri Lankan here. Not ready with the gun up. And Sri finds the kill through the bush. Pheonix grab that defensive round and go up 3-2 again. Oh, it's a great series, folks. Ember not able to find anything on their offensive push there. Getting pretty much systematically dismantled as they made their approach one by one. Their approach to that objective definitely lacked the coordination we saw from a few of the other pushes and some of the coordination we've seen out of Pheonix so far as well. So maybe a little disjointed. We'll see if their defensive round here at the northeast red car objective is going to be as effective as their last defense. Or if Pheonix is going to be able to grab them a map win in map 2 and take us to a map 3 series decider, folks. Let's hear it in the chat for a map 3 decider. I mean, come on, we all want it, you know? It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. You want it to go down to map 3. I know you. I know each individual person that is watching this cast right now. You guys want that bloodthirsty map 3 action. And we'll see if we're going to be able to give it to you here because round is kicking off. Round 5 is going to be the round that we're in. Didn't want to do that math in my head, you know. Didn't want to say it and be wrong.
If someone has a frack, you can throw it.
Right. Okay, no show. Sounds like a good idea. You want to try to take care of this guy?
Be passive.
Oh, pre-fire, right?
Worried about pre-fire, but none of it's going to come out as the defense rushes to set up. Quokka pushing aggressive into this middle. Going to try to be the front line of this defense as Paz and Raz make their push through. A little bit of pre-fire coming towards the center house. Not really going to be consequential as Sri Lankan still tucked in on the inside. Now, this position can be very strong for 3 and 4, but Paz and Raz here will have basically free run of lane 1, which could end up biting Ember in the behind quite viciously, if I do say so. A nice little nade here coming up and over. Not quite far enough, but the spirit of it was there as Malno finds switch at the black carport. Quokka not able to get that refrag. Shots ring out towards that position. Grenade flash will come out. A little too short. Looks like Malno actually flashed himself. Hailfire accidentally TK's Quokka on a push. Quokka, though, does find himself a grenade kill as Paz finds a nice little bush kill on Slider, and Ember's defense falling apart at the seams. Pheonix looking like They are likely going to be taking this second map and taking us into that third series decider. Smoke's now coming out. Res will be out. Pheonix will be 5 strong as Lightshaper and Hailfire look to stop the onslaught of Pheonix members. That unfortunate team kill really putting Ember behind. Zero opting for this cross again, this time a little faster. Interesting choice. So far, the Smoke's doing a good job of obfuscating that approach, however. And now the shots ringing out through the smoke from Malno, just keeping the defense suppressed. I wonder if they're getting set up for maybe a cap push. If you take a look at the overhead map, they are set up very well. All 4 striped across the middle. They've got 0 in the top northeast corner there. We should be seeing a push for the objective here. Really, all they got to do is overwhelm the remaining members of the defense. And they'll have an easy time doing that if they just make their push coordinated. Lightshaper finds Malno on the push. Trelankin was looking like he was going to have tab out and try to grab that sneaky crawl cap. It's not going to work out as Pause cleans up Hailfire, and Sri Lankan cleans up Lightshaper. And Pheonix get themselves map 2, folks. We're going to a series decider here on map 3 in this Ember versus Pheonix game. Oh, man, I'm excited. Pause picking himself up. 7 kills there. Switch still the kill leader for Ember with 6 and 3. Not able to find any after that third round swing. But don't go anywhere, folks. The series, I mean, we played 2 maps, but it's not over. This is for all the marbles. This is the one that we all came here for. You know what I'm talking about? The map has been picked. Not Suburbia, I promise. It is, in fact, going to be Downfall. We're going to be seeing some Downfall, folks. The long-range play. Oh, so excited. Oh, actually, maybe not. Maybe we won't be seeing it. Hold on, folks. Hold on to your hats. Might be a change of lobby here. Yeah, looks like there is going to be a change of lobby, so bear with us here for just a second. Could be Downfall, could be something else. Who knows? That's the fun. Let us know in the chat what you think the map is going to be. We're just yanking your chain, folks. It is, in fact, Downfall. Looks like they just wanted to rehost because of some of the lobby issues that they were seeing. At least that's what it appears to be. Nope, I lied. There's another rehost. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just hold on just for just a minute as we figure out which lobby these folks want to play in, because right now it feels like they're sort of yanking my old chain around, you know? We're going to say it's Downfall, but which Downfall? Who knows? That's the fun. I think there may be an issue with a member joining the lobby, so... that is what we were waiting on. Do appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out with us for Friday night fights here on the Onward Master League. Stay tuned all weekend. There's just amazing action all day, every day in this league right now. I am so excited for this weekend. There's going to be lots of games to watch, lots of games for me personally to cast. I'm excited to bring you guys all of that action. Got a lot of EU games. We got a lot of NA games. We got everything you could possibly want. Dead Logic versus VRAth is tomorrow at 12:30 Pacific. And then Sunday is just jam-packed. Boss fight versus Vikings, Phantoms versus BRO, Ember versus Lords of War, Animal House versus Danglers, and Mob Squad versus Space Force, all happening in the span of about 6 hours. You guys, what a time. Sunday is going to be Onward Day. Hope you guys got your popcorn ready. I'm actually gonna have to go out and buy some popcorn. I think we're all out. Popcorn and whiskey, the official snacks of Onward. VR Master League. I'm kidding. That's not the official snack. Don't at me. Whiskey distributors. Actually, you know what? At me. I'm interested. We are going to be seeing Downfall as the map choice. And just to rehash really quickly, Quarantine was the ban on the Ember side. Tanker was the ban on the Pheonix side. Teams now filing in, so we're just gonna drop you folks over to the scoreboard real quick so you can see what's happened so far as the teams file in, and we'll be right with you as soon as the action kicks off here in just a few moments. All right, folks, there is going to be a timeout on the side of Ember. So a 10-minute timeout starting probably about 2 minutes ago or so, because I did not notice the message. So we're going to throw you over to a quick intermission while we wait for the teams to ready up. But the timer may not be fully 10 minutes. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Could start at any moment. We're not going to miss a second of this action as we go into the third map series decider here in Ember versus Pheonix. Don't go anywhere. right, folks, the timeout's over. The time for gameplay is here. There's no time to discuss what's been happening. It's action time already as Pheonix now setting up for their defense here in Downfall Map 3, the series decider between these two teams. The Season 8 Week 3 matchup. Ember getting that quick center spawn, popping up over the hill. Trying to grab themselves a couple of picks early. Not going to find anything as the defense finding their spots pretty well and quickly. Also, the defense staying pretty tucked in, not giving the offense any opportunity at easy picks. Ember deciding to stack up here in the north, taking a look at the overhead map. Quokka finds a quick kill on Zero. However, surprise, I thought he was going to maybe make that peek, but didn't think it would be quite so quick. Thought we had some time to look at the map. He's going to find a quick kill here. Pheonix quickly down to just 4 members. Now it's going to be up to Pause to try and slow up this Ember push. Should be hearing all of this rotation around him. Switch rushing up to the objective, or sorry, to the West Red truck building, making quite a bit of noise. Question will be, is Hailfire going to be ready for this corner? Peek as Sri Lankan finds C-Max. Pause now alerted to the position. He's going to rush the corner. Is he going to hear it? Yes, the trade comes out. Hailfire is resable. There it is. Confirmed, does come out. Quokka finds Malno and a long peek into the helicopter bungalow, and now Pheonix just down to 2 members of their defense, Sri Lankan and Raz. And Switch is gonna find Shri on a great peek there as he looks to throw a little, just a little frag grenade there, just a little frag-a-rooney. The smoke's now out on the objective in full force. Raz is going to have a hard time here, but he's got to be on this objective. Raz finds Hailfire. Is he going to be on the corner fast enough? The shots are ringing out. 2 are out with tabs on this objective. Is Raz going to check it? He rushes in. He spots 1, but the freaking cap does not come out. And as lucky as it gets there, 2 members of Ember not able to find the fast fingers for the code, but we'll still take that first Marsoc round in a great play. Going up 1-0 in this decider map. All right, folks, it's time for you in the chat to start just really laying it on thick. Let us know who's gonna win. What do you think? Ember out the gate quick. About a 3.5-minute downfall round there, a little bit faster than most. Some very nice long-range picks. Quokka finding 0 Fs in the center hotel really opened up the ability for Ember to push through. Those smokes in the end definitely could have been a cap, but Raz able to hold on, finding 1 pick and then pushing into the smoke, forcing the hand of Ember to down him before they're able to punch in the code. So they're going to start off 1-0. And now it is Pheonix's turn. We're over here in their very loud spawn as round 2 kicks off. We are going to see the shield again from Sri Lanka, and always interesting to see how shield plays work out on Downfall. It's such a tough map, so many hard angles to hold, even when you're not running a shield. A shield increasing the possibility of something going wrong even more if you don't have the proper coverage from your teammates. Ember's defense pretty tight on OBJ, not too different from what Pheonix had set up last round. 3 members of Pheonix making their approach from the south. No one in that helicopter 2-story upstairs, so gonna be a pretty easy cross for Pheonix to make. They will have pretty solid control of this southeast corner. There's really no one there to stop their approach. There is, I believe that's Hailfire. Yes, it is, up in the northeast, but he's in a good spot for catching them pushing towards the objective, but he's not going to be very effective until the offense pushes across here. Sri Lankan making this shield cross with no problem, as no one has eyes on this southwest corner of the map just yet. Quokka, really the only one there in Center Hotel watching this street. The Pheonix getting pretty much free reign of this south side. I mean, I don't even know that Ember knows which spawn these guys have come out of yet. I would have imagined we would have seen Hailfire rotate out, or maybe try to go for that flank. We could still see it. That flank is very viable. Not going to be a whole lot of action here as Pheonix gets themselves set up. Yeah, indeed, they're not peeking. C-Max, the only one really, has his head out looking for members of the offense.
There's gonna be a guy in probably Mark.
A little bit of audible play there by Sri Lankan, calling out some positions. And really, still no one exposed this late into the series. Hailfire, though, is going to be the first one to get them, get Ember a kill, as he finds pause. Still up in their spawn, and now Hailfire is set up in a great position to catch some of this crossing. He may not be able to get the shots in, but the callouts are going to be invaluable to C-Max and Slider. Quokka going to have to deal with Sri Lankan here in the Center Hotel as he decides to make this approach. The grenade a little early. Grenades really coming down all over the place as Pheonix makes their push up the west street. C-Max is going to be the first one to find one on the west as Raz goes down with a nice headshot.
Heading south, dumpster building.
The flash coming out here upstairs as Sri Lankan pushes the roof. Only 3 members of Pheonix remaining. I do know Quokka is somewhere in this building. They're just not quite able to finish him off yet. And there's the trade. Quokka and Sri Lankan are going to trade out. Actually, Malno's going to find the kill on Quokka there. Nice little refrag from him. And Zero F's is down but not out. Wonder who he died from here. It had to have been... Yeah, it was Hailfire on that cross. Malno's going to find Hailfire in the long shot, as he is the last remaining member of Pheonix still standing. Minute and 24 left. He's got to put something together here. Will he opt to go for the res? He only has a little bit over a minute. He is free and clear for the res, but opting to just push the objective anyway. He's got the shield. Switch and C-Max both on this corner. C-Max not able to find the shots. Malno now aware. He's going to opt to rotate out, but he could push right into Switch's position. He's sandwiched between the two. He needs to find the kill on C-Max. Switch not able to find the shots. He needs C-Max's suppression here. Can he find the backside of Malno? Malno peeks up and over, not able to find it. They've got to double team this shield. Malno pulling things together. He's throwing rounds out. It's not hitting. There it is. C-Max finally able to get the shield down and out as Ember go up 2-0. in this third map of the series. And a really solid defense there. Hailfire in that sort of long-range floating position, able to get some clutch picks early on for his team, really setting them up nicely and forcing Pheonix's hand to slow up a little bit in that center hotel. Trade between Quokka and Sri Lankan also definitely working in their favor. And Ember holding strong as they're up 2-0 on the series. Only a few more rounds left to go. Let us know, chat. Who's it gonna be? Will it be Ember? Will it be Pheonix? Who is gonna take the series here today at Friday Night Fights on the VR Master League? The objective now has moved. It is South HQ. So we will see which spawn Ember gets and what they opt to do with it. So far, looking pretty good on both offense and defense. They do get that middle North Hotel spawn. There it is.
Cover ambulance. They're gonna see us, and we're gonna be fucked no matter what. There's nothing we can do from this stupid fucking spawn.
They are opting to push everybody down into the ravine before the defense is able to spot them out. And it looks like they will get lucky, as the rest of the defense not quite in a position to catch them.
And now you gotta watch. I'm gonna take a window. I'm taking a window.
Interesting defense there. 2 floaters in the east still looking for the spawn. 3 pushing up into mid. Hailfire and Slider going to be running into each other pretty quickly here if Raz decides to push this corner. Early shots coming out towards him. Force him to tuck in. Ember now slowing things up a little bit. Is Raz going to be able to spot Hailfire in this position? He's making some noise. It's a little bit louder than he should be, but is Raz going to be able to find the angle? Raz gonna find a down on C-Max, but switch with the quick refrag on that long range angle. I mean, take a look at that angle. Looking like likely a C-Max call out there, able to get switch the quick refrag. Never looking good again here on offense. 5 and 4 is the body count. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Rotation out of the east, a little premature. Could have found Hailfire here on the backside, but now Ember going to have to make their approach. Looks like they're going to opt to continue going through this west side. I'm going to sort of jump over here. And the shots from Paz in Darkroom do find C-Max, evening things out just a little bit here on the series. Smoke is going to be crucial to making this cross, but not surprising that a little bit of pre-fire will be happening as well. They're going to continue trying to make that cross, and we'll see if they are successful. Paz still heavily watching that angle. There is a flank coming out from Hailfire, which could work out. Right now, the defender's not peeking. Gonna have a hard time spotting this out. He's gonna peek this hill, though. Will he spot Hailfire out in time? I don't know if the peak is deep enough. He might just not be looking over the hill. Hailfire just getting under the radar of Sri Lankan, but if he keeps up the volume, Sri Lankan easily going to be able to hear these footsteps and grab this kill. Oh, but he opts to back out. Oh, and this is just a game of peaks here. Is just who is going to be able to get this angle. Hellfire going to opt to watch or check the upstairs of the north. Not going to find anybody there, but Paz still in danger, and we'll see how the approach of Ember is happening here in the middle. They did manage to get a cross slider out in the middle here. Going to be in danger from an angle on Sri Lankan. And Paz 0Fs finds Poke on the west street. Just like that, it's a 4v3. Hellfire now making a lot of noise up in the north. Marsoc causing Paz to tuck in, which does let Slider make this approach. They can keep them occupied just a little bit longer. Slider could just sneak in here for this cap. Sri Lankan, the only one available for this angle. Maybe Paz as his backup. Paz does find Hailfire on that push. It's just a down. The callouts will be coming out. Sri Lankan misses the shots on him. Paz.
I hit one in on the east hand side of OJ. You mean north hand side of OJ.
Oh, in the corner peek by Malno does work out, but Switch does get the refrag quite quickly. It is just up to Switch now. On this west street, he's going to have to find his way past Paz. Lincoln taking up a very quick position there on the cross, and Paz finding the kill. Sri Lankan with the confirm, and Pheonix are on the board here in the map decider. 2-1 now, as they are not out of this series just yet, folks, and Friday Night Fights is in full frickin' swing, ladies and gentlemen. Pheonix staying in this series, getting themselves that defense does a lot for keeping Ember's momentum to a minimum. They come off of 2-round wins themselves. But if they continue to hold defenses, they can just hold this entire series purely based on whether or not they'll win these defensive rounds. However, Pheonix is just a cap and a defense away from taking the series for themselves, so anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen here in Onward on the VR Master League. The teams are in. Round 4 is kicking off. Now Ember on the defense. Pheonix getting that northeast spawn. So they're going to opt for the opposite style of push as they go down the east side. There should be some early fire coming out here from Ember as they try to catch the east rotation, and there it is. Raz will be downed. Does catch a bullet from Sri Lankan, however, though. Just using this hill here to peek. Can Sri Lankan find the pick? He's going to need it if he wants this res. Smoke not doing a great job of covering the angle. Switch is going to find 0 on his approach from that north bungalow, but gets a little bit of return fire. And all of the defense is trained in on this east side. Pheonix definitely in trouble now. Quokka is going to finish off Raz, so no res will be coming out for the Pheonix side. 2 members now out. Lincoln catching a few rounds there himself. Has definitely put Pheonix on the back foot, and Quokka again finding another long-range shot.
Negative, only 1 down.
Onto Sri Lankan. Oh, he does back out on the kill count. He was correct. There are 2 down for him. Technically 3 total. Paz still fighting for this angle on Switch. Can he find it? The last remaining member of Pheonix is over on the west street. That is Malno there. He's got a long way to go still to get into some of this action. We'll see what Paz's approach looks like. Through his view, he tries to unseat some of the defenders on the east and try to make this approach. I mean, you really don't have a lot of options. Crossing the middle is too dangerous at this junction. He is going to have to pick off, as we know, 3 members of the defense to really make any sort of coordinated approach. They've got 4 minutes left. Malno now providing a little bit of his own distracting fire. Looks like he's expecting some kind of rush from the defense, but none will come out. And I really like this defensive formation from Ember. They've got that sort of sideways V or like a little triangle set up around it as a perimeter. It's working out quite nicely. Paz does find one. Hailfire is downed. But the callouts will continue to ring out here, which means he's not quite safe just yet. Is going to give up on this angle. 3 minutes left. Paz now backing out of that approach entirely. Malno, meanwhile, finding his way all the way up to this helicopter. With no real issue, the smokes are going to come out. Not sure who he's trying to bait. I think he thinks somebody crossed onto the west side, but most of Ember still tucked in. The only one close is in Center Hotel. And a trade is going to come down on that east side. Oops, excuse me there. Quokka is down along with Hailfire in the east. But Mano, the last one, taking shots from the defense as he makes his push into Center Hotel. Slider should be hearing all of this. He should be aware of this positioning, but quite a bit of work left to do as he has to now make this approach to the objective all by himself. Slider trained on the window. Is he going to spot him first? No, Mano's going to find the kill. Now just 2 members of Ember remaining. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Can Malno pull this off? He's going to need some equipment. He's definitely running low. The flash will help.
God.
70 seconds left. You can feel the pressure. He's got to make something happen here. Indeed it is, Malno. It will be a tough one as you've got 2 members of the defense staring you down. He does make the inside wall, but the shots are coming out. The flash is on the OBJ. No one is close enough really to be affected by it. Most of the defense still pretty far back. 45 seconds left. Can he find it? C-Max up in the White House window, denying that approach. Now Switch changing his positions. Mano sends a few shots down that way. And he is on the objective wall. The defense is not ready for this. No one is watching. Malno is going to cap this. Unbelievable play by Malno. No one is even close to the objective. He has got all the time in the world. C-Max not able to find this angle in time. Can he get the code in? Oh my god, and Ember pulls it out. C-Max finds the kill, and no cap will come out. Unbelievable. What a roller coaster of emotions that was. C-Max, in the final seconds of what looked to be a cap, able to hold on to that defensive round and put Ember up 3-1. Great play there, but almost disastrous. I mean, that the game is literally holding on by a thread right now. That cap would have put Pheonix up. It would have put them on defense. It would have given them all the advantage they needed to close this series out. But Ember, by stroke of luck, is going to find their 3rd point here in the series. And now they have got a little bit of time. So they They can cap, they can win on kills, or they can wait until their defensive round and try to hold that. But either way, Pheonix has quite a climb to make if they want to take this series away from Ember, who is looking very good here on Downfall so far. Round 5 is kicking off. A little bit of colorful motivation there from Sri Lankan for his team. They're going to be looking for that comeback. Crazier things have happened as Ember sets up to make the approach from the northeast to this helicopter bungalow or butcher shop. Again, whatever your flavor of call-out might be. As they get set up for this push. VMAX and Switch remaining behind.
Don't see anything. I think they're tightening it up, dude.
Just looking for any stray defenders as the rest of Ember makes their march across the east side. Tries to get set up for their approach. Hellfire just missing 0 Fs in that dark room of North HQ. Some shots ringing out from Raz towards the spawn building.
Almost pushing north.
And now the response shots from Switch coming in. Rest of Ember making their approach all through the middle. Very nice and coordinated so far. Pheonix not exposing too much.
Enemies between the middle of the map on the rocks between South Bungalow and Objective.
Malno getting suppressed quite nicely. It's really just a back and forth battle here. Sri Lankan finds the first pick of the round. Slider Khan gonna be the first one to go down. Confirm shots come out there. And now Ember 4v5 as Mayno responds to Focus position as well. Sri Lankan on a tear now finds C-Max as well in that same center bungalow position. Oh, actually, I apologize. That's in the north. The West Red car. Hellfire is looking for this pick on Sri Lankan. Will he be able to get this same kill here? Is he going to check this? Just gonna zoom in here. Oh, that smoke could have been better timed. Oh, he does see his gun. He takes the shots. Now Sri not likely to peek that angle. Hellfire does find Malno peeking that butcher shop window. Now Pheonix down to 4. Raz is going to pick up Switch on that north approach. Now the last two members of the offense, Quokka and Hailfire, are going to be making their push through the center. They've got to deal with Sri Lankan here in Center Hotel. He is the biggest threat to this push. Looks like 0 Fs actually is in the basement there of Helicopter 2-story. Not in that dark room as previously anticipated. Hopefully Hellfire doesn't burst into flames here. We all know how trigger happy this helicopter can be, as he's not able to find any shots onto 0 and is taken out. Now it's all up to Quokka here on this corner, and 0's shots ring true. Pheonix hangs on for yet another round in this final map of the series. What a series it has been, folks. Oh my goodness, what is gonna happen? I don't know what's gonna happen. This match is crazy. Going to the scoreboard here. A nice tight game, 9-7, the current spread. At least 2 more rounds to be played. Ember now on the defense. Pheonix looking to maybe close this out with a cap. So I would be surprised if we don't see them trying to go for one here. And Ember just trying to close the series out. This is their defensive round they need to take in order to take the series. If Pheonix puts on a cap or gets themselves a regular win on kills, Ember will be forced to try to get their victory on Marsoc, which on Downfall is no easy task. All right, we're in it, folks. Round 6, the last of the round number animations I can play. We don't even have one for round 7. They can't fit on the screen. Math is hard. There's still one more round after this, potentially, but that will all depend on whether or not Ember can hold this defense or if Pheonix will find themselves a cap. C-Max, a little bit of danger there. Some early shots do ring out. Hailfire looking to make this cross to the west, or West Red Truck. Gonna tuck in on this angle. The spawn, now known. An aggressive push here by Hailfire could be punishing to Pheonix if they're not aware. We'll just take a quick 10,000 foot view here as the offense gets set up. 2 opting to rotate southeast, where they will meet a defender. I just noticed that on my mini-map. There's going to be a little trade coming out here as Quokka finds Raz. Starts the round off well for Ember as they're now in a 5v4. Will he be ready for Sri Lankan's approach through that same corridor? Going to give up on that angle. Hailfire's going to find pause in that strong position in the West Red Truck. At least one was not aware of his... Where was he coming down? It looks like... Oh, he was right outside. He was right there. That's where he was. Now Malno will be aware of this spot. It's going to be hard to pull that trick twice. We'll see if Hailfire's got what it takes to pull 2 kills here and push Ember ahead in this final... potentially final round of this final map. Shots coming out from Sri Lankan towards Quokka's position. Not gonna find any love. I just wanted to make sure we don't miss that. As Malno is looking for Hailfire in every conceivable spot. Zero taking all the stealth out of Malno's approach. As he pushes through, and it's going to get him killed, but Malno will get the refrag. It's a 4v2. Ember looking strong. Malno took all that time to be quiet and sneaky. And here comes Zero Fs, living up to his name. There were no Fs given indeed as he pushed in. Unfortunately got fragged. Quokka already rotated all the way back to the objective. I mean, that is... what a rotation that is. He comes out here, he grabs himself a kill, gives up on the angle.
He's running on west towards Crater Building with smoke.
The smokes are coming out.
He's in the north of objective.
And now it's going to be up to C-Max to stop Malno's push. As Sri Lankan and him try to set up a little pincer formation here. They need to get, at minimum, 2 picks here. They need Quokka to go down. They need Switch to go down. C-Max would be a nice bonus. That's the only way they're going to be able to make this approach onto the OBJ. Quokka would catch the sneak cap. C-Max would catch the loud running cap. Sri Lankan might be able to get a refrag from his positioning up there, but... oh, and Quokka's going to check the angle. And Malno is down and out. Pheonix is breathing its last breath here as the confirm comes out. And now it's all up to Sri Lankan to keep his team in this series. Or is Ember going to take it What do you guys think? Sri Lanka definitely playing well today, but is it well enough to either cap or kill in 2 minutes the entirety of the Ember defense? 4 members remaining. Let's watch through his eyes as he makes this push, using that gunfire as footstep cover. He's definitely in danger of Switch being able to spot him out. He does make that cross safely. Minute and 30 seconds left. He's in the center hotel. The callouts are coming out. Ember now aware of his position. He's got to find these picks quickly. He's not going to be ready for Brothel. Switch should have eyes on him here. The shot's ringing out just to scare Sri Lankan. Quokka having a little bit of fun there with their situation. But you never want to count Sri Lankan out. He's catching some shots from Switch. They do not land. He's got to get out of this position. He's only got 65 seconds left. Quokka waiting for him on the stairs. He finds the kill, and Ember is going to be the one that takes the series. 4-2 in this third map. An amazing game on Friday Night Fights, ladies and gentlemen. What a series it has been. Quokka finding 9 kills there. Hellfire with 6 and 5, respectively. Pheonix gone a little too early for me to see what their kill counts were, but obviously Ember holding strong on downfall, locking in that victory and grabbing what I believe is their 4th victory on the season so far. Wow, wow, wow. It was a 2-hour match, ladies and gentlemen. It was a long series. I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming to hang out with me here on VR Master League. You guys are the reason we do this stuff. Such a good time. So this was Ember versus Pheonix in Season 8, Week 3. I do want to thank our sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube VR. Thank you guys for all you do for the league. I want to thank the teams for playing. I want to thank the viewers and the community for hanging out with me today and listening to me ramble on about this fantastic series we watched here today. I do appreciate all the chat messages. We appreciate all the bits and the subs and all that other stuff that I may not have caught while we were, you know, having a good time. If you are interested in joining the Onward VR Master League, you can head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward, where you can sign up to be a reserve